Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Reactor, and this is Quinn, and today's article comes from opindia.com. It's like an Indian website, I guess, because this is like an Indian article. And it says, Zealot Christian missionary goes to restricted Andaman Island to convert protected tribals, gets killed by Sentinelese tribe. The Sentinelese people, whose population was estimated to be 40 in 2011 census, are known to be hostile and resist contact with the outside world. So I've heard about this island before. It's like North Sentinel Island.
Okay.
And there's this tribe of people that live there.
Right.
And every time anyone's ever tried to make contact with them, they're violent and try, killing them. Which is a good idea because everyone knows what happened to the Native Americans when people invaded them.
These people must have read the book, The People's History of the United States.
They don't even have fire.
No,
my understanding.
Something. They fear this.
No, they're just secluded people who don't like change to their world, and they're smart. Like, it's a good idea.
I think they're smart. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't really want to
keep their way of life.
Right, and they're probably
don't get slaughtered.
The main thing is they're probably like subconsciously they're like, we got to protect our people. This outsider could kill us all with a disease. I'm sure they're aware of disease.
Like an apocalypse situation where you don't know if the guy
walking
up to you.
There's so few of
is
you
a
at that
foe.
point. Anyway, like there's 40 people.
But yeah, so this idiot Christian missionary thought he was going to go there and talk to him about Jesus, apparently.
What a dumbass.
I know.
You know that this is a bad idea.
Yeah, and it didn't end well for him. So
there's like, there has to be some indication that your life's in danger before this is happening. It's not like they're greeting this guy with open arms and then slaughtering him
what
back
did he
in the
expect
back.
to happen? I've read stories before this about the island, and they slaughter everyone. Some fisherman's boat got too close to the island, and they got murdered.
Watch Rambo 4. It's all there.
All right, so John Allen Chow, a Christian missionary who had reportedly expressed strong desire to meet the hostile Sentinelese people and preach Christianity to them, was killed by them. According to reports, Chow was interested in converting the Sentinelese people. You're an idiot. Mm-hmm. You're an idiot. What do you look?
He's so dumb.
Anyone who reads about the island knows that they'll murder you.
Yeah, why are you different?
Yeah,
because
Jesus is going to protect him.
The only way this guy could have gone in there and made any impact on these people is if to go in there on stilts, make himself appear as a god.
Not even. No, they'd just be like this tall
demigod.
enemy, the tall demon.
Either way, the tall demon may have powers, superpowers.
It would be interesting to learn about them. I mean, it's awesome that they have no contact and that they're free from the outside world.
Right.
But I am kind of curious. Like, they have their own language, I'm sure. Which no one's documented.
How do you learn it? The only way that you could infiltrate their island is to learn their language.
Yeah, you would have to go in there with guns, like a SEAL team.
See, I think
and tie them all up.
Everyone, the people that are going to try to liberate this island need to take a page out of Star Wars. C-3PO, 6 million languages, I think he spoke. If you could just speak this language, you could appear as the most powerful person in their culture, like C-3PO.
Yeah, but you can't speak their language. You can kidnap one and learn the language.
That's the only thing you could do. Kidnap
one, bring them away.
Well, I wouldn't call it kidnapping, but helpful
liberate
persuasion.
Liberate one of them and bring them to the modern world.
Maybe perhaps there's someone there that doesn't want to be a member of this tribe anymore. They want to defect like a North Korean person may want to.
And if you convince them properly, they would be happy to see smartphones.
Have you ever tried ice cream?
Yeah, right?
What about a hot dog?
They haven't. They probably eat the same rats all the time. What animals are on that island for
me? Stick rats, fish sticks.
Fishing, I know they can fish.
And crab sticks. And probably Krabby Patties.
Mm-hmm, it's all seafood. 7 fishermen who took Chow to the island are arrested under the Prohibition of Aboriginal Tribes Act and various sections of the IPC. Yeah, so India knows that they're there and they protect them.
Right.
And anyone who goes there, they say, you can get murdered and we're not going to hold it against them.
It's almost at that point like protecting a wild indigenous animal that's almost extinct. These are the last
Their
native
way of life is
people.
In jeopardy.
Yeah, and these people are sounds like they're living off the land, and nobody really does that.
The fishermen said that they last saw Chow being attacked with bows and arrows after he landed on the island on 16th November. They said as they sailed away from the island, they saw Chow's body half buried in the sand. What did this guy expect?
I mean, does he expect a proper Christian burial here? No.
I kind of think the fishermen were wrong to bring him there, knowing they had to have known not to go to the island.
Right.
But that guy, the preacher or missionary or whatever, also had to have known he was going to get murdered. I'd say from what I've read about it, you have a 99% chance of being murdered if you go near that island.
Really?
Yeah, like they shoot at anyone who gets close.
I think that sometimes when people bring their religious beliefs into a conquest like this, it empowers them like with a false sense of empowerment. That
He thought Jesus was going to protect
he
him.
thinks everything's out there to protect
Yeah,
him.
little
and,
did he know Jesus wasn't real,
like
or
you
something.
really have to go. I think go to this island with the intention of perhaps
Dying.
you might have to fight for your life.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. You have to go there. If you had a gun, he would have been. If he had a gun, he would have been a lot
mean,
safer. But he would have hurt them, which is still wrong.
Right.
Like,
right.
don't go there. But yeah, this guy's an idiot. It just shows how religious thoughts can make you stupid. He thought Jesus was going to protect him or some crap, probably. You know.
Or he thought that the people were going to be receptive to his religious zealot ideas.
Once he tells them about Jesus, they're going to totally change their mind and be like, "Oh, tell us more about your."
Tell me how this
God.
makes your country a beautiful place. It doesn't.
It's like it's no different than if they went to the Indian mainland and tried preaching their religion that no one's ever heard of.
Right.
You know, get out of here, man.
What is
you're
this
crazy.
guy hoping
Yeah.
that's going to happen here?
The Sentinelese people, whose population was estimated to be 40 in 2011 census, are known to be hostile and resist contact with the outside world. Chow had tried to reach the island on the 14th of November, but could not make it. After he was attacked by bows and arrows, he continued walking when the tribals tied a rope around his neck and dragged him.
So he was attacked with bows and arrows, yet stayed on the beach to try to weigh his options.
He's going to negotiate
there's
with
only
them,
one option.
even though they did not speak English and he did not speak their
what are you going to
language.
negotiate with?
Yeah, there's no negotiating.
Trading them things that
They
you
don't even
brought?
care.
I hope
he
you
probably-
brought some good shit,
Try
buddy.
offering them gold as if they would care.
The only thing that you could bring these guys is stuff that is so amazing.
Food.
So amazing.
No, all they care about is food, probably. If he
Anything,
had a big
any food that Chef
thing of
Ramsay
food.
made, you just come with a plate of that, and then just any technology that
But even then,
helps them.
They're not going to trust your food. Like this is demon trying
Right.
to poison
I mean,
us.
they'll kill you for that.
Yeah,
You're dead.
You have no chance. You have to go in there armed, and if you do that, you're an asshole anyway. Just leave them alone, man.
Right.
The Indian law protects the Sentinelese people, and they cannot be prosecuted, and any contact with them or entry into the areas inhabited by them is illegal. In 2017, the government had clarified that the Sentinelese are identified as an Aboriginal tribe. Their video recording, as well as uploading their video on social media or the internet, is prohibited. So you can't record them or anything.
Right. This guy, he clearly should have understood the law a little better and known that he was
He
walking
did.
on dangerous.
He knew. He had to have known. Like, there's no denying.
Unless he was
research.
just so ignorant of the whole situation, and he was just only, like, I guess you'd say with blinders, like how like they put like horse blinders on horses so they can't see out. You know, it's like he's only seeing what he wants to see. And went there.
I think the only logical explanation for what he was thinking is that he thought God would protect him. That's it.
I think that's probably a big part of it.
Like, but why would look at this guy? It's a giant bow.
It's a long bow.
And I think that photo right there was taken when helicopters after the tsunami.
Right.
Because, like, was it 2005 or something? They were affected by the tsunami. I'm sure they lost some people probably, and
right.
Or unless they're just used to it.
And for all we know, their population may have diminished to this number because of previous attempts of coming on their island.
Or no.
You know,
I think it's natural disasters and stuff affect them a lot.
Right.
But a helicopter went there to try checking on them to make sure they were okay, and that's probably where this picture came from. Them shooting at the helicopter. I heard they shot at the helicopter with bows and arrows, but I've also heard stories about fishermen who their anchor rope broke and they drifted to shore by accident, and they were all murdered by the inhabitants.
I think
just
the
don't go near it.
way that you could, you know, I mean, let these people be. But if someone really did want to go on this island and they really wanted to interact with these people on some level other than just fighting them to the death, I think that they could just start accidentally dropping things near their island that float in, so that they find them and they're like, "Ooh, what's this? Ooh, a gold necklace." Ooh,
Yeah, they don't care about
whatever.
gold.
You know, this and this. Look at this.
Assuming that all humans care about gold is crazy, because gold is only valuable because humans say it is. You know, so what do they care about gold?
I'm just saying, if you've never seen a shiny gold necklace with a giant pendant on it made of diamonds, you're gonna see it and be like, "Holy crap, what is that?
Yeah.
I want it.
And
I want it."
So, I mean, you're still probably going to die, but one tactic could be dropping a gold necklace to them, letting one of them find it and worship it, and then putting on some like Mr. T bling and walking up. Like they'll be like, "Ooh, he's got the
Like, you
the
only
sacred
have
necklace.
the starter pack. I've got the whole thing. You know,
He's got our sacred necklace thing that we found.
Right.
Because they would probably be like, this is amazing.
It's part of his. We should give it back to him. He obviously is the gold-bearing god that we've been waiting for.
Yeah. You have to trick them somehow.
And I think
but still, you're gonna die probably. They could probably kill you, and
I mean, and the second mistake is that don't go there unless you're not of a darker skin complexion like these guys.
But
they're not going to accept anyone that doesn't look like them, obviously, from being such a small tribe and not seeing people very often. That's going to be a very big red flag if you're like Asian looking or a white guy.
I wonder if a baby washed up on shore, if they would take it in. Because they understand babies. They understand what babies are.
I don't think they would. I don't think they would. I think they would. Actually, I think they would. They would keep it as like, hey, let's see what happens when we raise it to be like us. I think everybody's got that kind of like nurturing wonder. Like,
yeah.
I wonder if it'll be like us when I raise it.
Humans naturally care. Like that's why we like baby animals, because the innocence of them. You want to help it.
Right.
But an interesting thing is, if some malicious group wanted to like infiltrate the island and take it over, they could take it over and pretend to be the natives after that, and they would be protected by India. India doesn't know who these people are, so I mean, as long as you're not like a white person, you'd be able to look the part. If you were an Indian person, you would definitely be able to look the part, probably. I mean, definitely, probably, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So there is like there's a bad plan that could take part over there. Have your own island and be protected to do and murder anyone who came near. Like if you go and take over an island normally, you can't murder people.
It would just, I don't know if they do, but it doesn't look like they would be taking these people's DNA fingerprints or anything like that to actually take on their role on the island. It wouldn't be too difficult because they're probably just looking at aerial photos of these guys that are of darker skin complexion. Like, okay, that's them.
Even if you're white, you can just cover yourself in mud every time someone comes near and then murder them.
I guess you could just always be covered in mud because then it would help against sun and mosquitoes and other stuff.
What would happen though if like a helicopter flew by and saw a white person on the island? Would they?
I think it would be a red flag, and they'd be like,
would they say, "Let's go down there"?
Yeah, because they'd be like, "Well, obviously something's wrong because this person was never here, doesn't belong here."
It could be an albino Aboriginal.
I think it would just cause a lot of It would cause things to get kind of like shaken around. They'd probably come look for you.
But it is pretty cool that India protects them and stuff like that, and I think it's smart on their part to murder anyone who comes near because it never ends well for natives when you get invaded.
I mean, these people could easily be taken over by some people with a couple rifles, and it would be over for them. But it would be a shame because they're just trying to preserve their native way of life,
and keep themselves safe and keep their families safe.
Right.
If you had some like riot SWAT gear, their arrows would probably have no effect on you. I mean, they could, but if you had like a shield helmet, your head's safe from arrows. That's for sure. Maybe not.
Don't they make
I could be wrong.
Anti-arrow armor at this point that you could buy pretty cheaply? You'd think you could get it at Toys R Us.
Or maybe because no one uses arrows anymore, they just totally neglect that type of armor. Like, well, there's no natives that we're trying to invade anymore, so we don't need this stuff.
No one brings arrows to the
But I think I know knives can go through body armor and like bulletproof vests. So I imagine arrows would be like the in between of an arrow and a bullet that would pierce a bulletproof vest.
I'm pretty sure if someone's using the bow where they have to use their feet to put in the bow and pull the string back with both arms, and they're using those arrows that are like, as big as a drumstick and like 3 meters long, those will impale people.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure no body armor can help you. And I'm sure they've got some, like, look at his bow. It's a helicopter.
Yeah.
It's the one for helicopters.
I wonder if they did any damage to the helicopter. That it's specifically a helicopter bow. I'm sure once they saw a helicopter, they were like, we need defense against this.
I mean, if they were smart enough to take little bits of rocks and pebbles and like put it on the end of it and hopefully get it into the intake of the helicopter, I think they could probably do damage with it if they could get it in there. But that's a tremendously hard shot.
I wonder like what they think about helicopters. Do they understand that someone's operating it and stuff like that? Probably.
It probably just looks like a metal monster that. For me, I'd probably be like, what does this metal monster attach to it? Is it a transformer? Who knows?
You have anything else you want to say?
This person was
an idiot,
a whack-ass fool for going up there by himself. I don't know. I think of him going there from what I've heard. I don't know if he actually went by himself, but it sounds like he did because he's an idiot anyway, and he probably thought that he was protected.
And the fishermen did do something wrong, and it kind of sucks that they're on trial now.
Yeah.
He probably paid him a good amount of money to do it. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't have done it.
I mean, dude, it's got to be a hard knock life being a fisherman out there. He's just making money.
I think everyone on that boat, including the Christian dude, understood that he was going to get murdered.
Right.
Aside from him thinking that God was going to protect him. But, I mean, did he really think God was going to protect him? Come on, man.
Of course. To the bitter end.
Well, he was insane anyway. Then
Absolutely.
So, anyone who actually like Christians talk about believing in God, but they don't actually do it. No one says, I can't wait to die. Or when their loved one dies, say, oh, man, I'm jealous because he's in heaven now. You know, oh, lucky. You never hear a Christian say that, which kind of shows you that they don't really believe it. And any Christian who said, oh, man, my family member or my friend is so lucky for dying, then they would be put in an institution.
To the victor goes the spoils.
Yeah, but anyway, if you enjoyed the article, let us know by giving a thumbs up. Let us know what you think by leaving a comment. Do you think this guy was insane? Do you agree with me that he thought God was going to protect him? I feel like that's the only logical explanation. And aside from that, check our description for our Patreon link if you want to help us. And thanks for watching.